Okay. Welcome everyone to our tour. Please mute yourself. We're about to begin with our greeter, but feel free to use the chat box. It's located at the bottom right of your screen. You can just say hello to us. We'd love to hear from you, or feel free to type a question. We will reserve time at the end for Q&A. So at that time, you'll be able to unmute yourself. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to our greeter this morning, Wesley Lazarus.
Hey everyone, good morning. Thank you guys for joining us today. I can tell by the number of participants that the Lighthouse program is very popular. So, my name's Wesley. I'm not an employee of Volunteers of America, but I volunteer. That photo right there at the Lighthouse over there in Bossier. One thing I can say, when I saw that the greeter position was available for this package, probably last I wanted to sign up. I've been looking forward to making it a long time, just because the Lighthouse program is supported, and I always engage in active guys. So one of my favorite, I'm a member of the Visionaries Committee, which is the Young Adults program through VOA. And we partner with the Lighthouse throughout the year. Well, normally during the summer, we do a program that's called Lighthouse Lunch Buddies. And I think they're going to share some of the stuff that Visionaries has done with you guys, with the Lighthouse in the past, later on in this program. But that's where this photo right here was taken. And the first time I met some of the kids over in Bossier, they really pumped me up, and they said some funny stuff to me. They told me that I looked like Robert Downey Jr. from Iron Man, and I look like Tom Brady. I just laughed so much, but I also learned some things from them. I learned that the original inventor of Dr. Pepper is actually a doctor. So I took away some things, and I'm still thinking about that 2 years from now. So they made an impact that I'm sorry if I lost you guys there for a bit. They made an impact on me. I know that the work that VOA does, Lighthouse makes an impact on them. So with that, can't wait for you guys to learn some more about the Lighthouse program itself today. Thank you so much. With that, I'll turn it over to Chuck.
Thank you, Wes, and thank you for what you do with the Visionaries and your leadership of that group. And frankly, I thank you on behalf of the kids and all of those that we support who benefit from your efforts. It's truly appreciated. I'm going to make this short because y'all, we have a really great tour, and the focus today is for y'all to learn more about what goes on at the Bossier Lighthouse, a very special place, a very special location that's a part of our ministry of service. But just as a reminder, just a couple of things to put in perspective, what you'll hear and see today is that Volunteers of America last month celebrated its 125th anniversary. And can somebody mute themselves? Let's see. Okay, good. So 125 years young is the way that we look at it, and found our way to Shreveport in 1935. And one thing I always share on these tours, just as a reminder to people, is that Volunteers of America is all about serving people. And each year we serve a little over 6,000 people on average. That's children and families living in poverty, people with disabilities, homeless veterans, and senior adults. But our ministry of service is all about helping people, but we're also a pretty good sized business. And the impact we have in the community is significant. We have an annual budget of somewhere around $17 million. And the difference between what we receive from government, which is our primary funding source, and what we need to serve those 4 populations that I mentioned, the gap for the year that started July 1 and ends June 30th, when we put together our annual budget, we projected a deficit of $2,450,000. We began referring to that as the gap of uncertainty because the impact on expenses from the pandemic and on revenue was substantial. But I'm pleased to share with you today that we've received $2,239,373 towards that $2,450,000 gap. So thank you, and bless all of those who invest in our special work by supporting what we do. As a business, we make a promise to our investors, our donors, our supporters, and that is that they'll get a return on their investment. So we measure outcomes in every single program and service that we provide. Today is all about children and families, and Chris Gabriel and Carolyn Hammond, along with a team of dedicated professionals, they manage our services in the children and families area. And today you're going to learn, as I said earlier, more about what goes on at our Bossier City LightHouse. In terms of measuring outcomes in our children and families area, one of the areas I wanted one of the outcomes I wanted to share with you is that in our Communities and Schools program, and we're working in Caddo Parish schools, a number of schools, that despite all the challenges of the past year, 80% of the students that we work with providing intensive case management made progress toward their goals. So kudos to our site coordinators, our staff who manage our children and families area. And again, I thank you on behalf of the kids who benefit from what you do. So now let's get on with what you're enjoying today, to a tour of the Bossier City Lighthouse. But before that, I want to introduce Takara Huckabee. She is the Director of Lighthouse Services. Takara?
All right, good morning, everybody. Of course, I'm Takara Huckabee, and today I am so excited to share information with you all about our Bossier Lighthouse program. Of course, our program is located in the Scott Dickerson Housing Project, and so we have been serving kids for about 31 years in the Lighthouse. And of course, with our sites, we operate in 6 school sites and 2 community sites. We like to pride ourselves in not being just a tutoring program. We are an academic enrichment program, and we provide exposure to children to various enrichment opportunities. We like to think of our Bossier Lighthouse as a place of just a diverse group of students who are there to really learn and grow. Each day, the kids come in and they are provided with activities that will enrich them academically. They're also exposed to various community partners who are there to bring enriching activities. I'm so sorry, y'all. Enriching activities. Enriching activities that will help to make them better for the future. Okay, that just threw me completely off. I am so sorry. We also like to ensure that our kids participate. I'm so sorry.
We want to see her. We want to see Tegan. She wants to talk to us.
I'm sweating so bad right now. And a lot of disguised learning. So the activities that we make available to the kids are those things where they are so into doing it that they don't even realize that this is math or this is literacy. So that's an important piece in making sure that our kids come back, because we know that they're not just going to come to an after-school program that is just school as usual. So we pride ourselves on that. In addition to that, we have partners like Visionaries and Asbury Church and First Baptist Bossier, and of course the Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana, and of course Bossier Libraries, who come in and also offer those additional things that help to expose the kids of things that are available in the community that can help them in their future and to be successful as well. And because we have so many partners who pour into Bossier, we're always looking for ways in which our kids can give back. So this year, we decided that we would give back in the form of saying thank you and showing our appreciation to our sanitation workers. So the kids are in the process of finishing up their service project where they are writing thank you letters to our sanitation officials, and we're going to take those along with some little goodie bags to them for all, I believe 90 something of them for our area, so that they can know that throughout this pandemic they are not overlooked, and we definitely appreciate them. So we really want to make sure that we pour into our students at the Lighthouse, but we also want them to be able to share what has been poured into them as well. So that's a little bit about what's happening in our Lighthouse sites overall. But I am so excited to be able to present someone who, when I first came, was actually doing her senior project where she did a play with the kids at the Lighthouse. And I was able to witness that, and I was like, yes, this is the place I need to be. So Raquel, we'd like to welcome you to share your enlightenment about the Lighthouse.
Good morning, everybody. How are y'all? I hope everybody is doing well. It's so good to see everybody's faces. It's been a long time, so I miss you guys. But yeah, so my name is Raquel Metcalf. I currently reside in Dallas, Texas, but my heart, my roots are Bossier City, Louisiana, Scott Street. So that is where my mom still lives. It's been, yes, about 20 years now. And I started attending the Lighthouse at about the age of 5. So I was a beginner. I was there from the start. It's funny because I actually got coerced to come through food, through snacks. My friend told me that they had snacks and I was excited, but of course it was more than that. It was a place where I could go safely after school, where my mom didn't have to worry about what I was doing while she was still working. I come from a single parent household, so that was very important to her, that I just had somewhere safe to go after school. And from there, yeah, I was attending the Lighthouse all the way up until my senior year of high school. And two memories that will forever be with me about the Lighthouse is I was granted the opportunity to do mission work actually in Arizona. And it was because of a program coordinator by the name of Jessica, and her church partnered with the Lighthouse, like Takara said, Asbury, and I was allowed to go with them on their mission trip to the Navajo Nation and just got to experience something outside of the community I was growing up in. And it felt good to be able to do what others had been doing for me for years, which was giving back. People come to the Lighthouse, you know, they come to give back, they come to help the community. And so it was kind of like a full circle moment. I also got the chance to give back to others as well. And also another coordinator by the name of Sine, she's the one that actually encouraged me to pursue acting, and she got me interested in that world, and I never thought I would be able to do that. I never thought I would have the opportunity, a little girl from Scott Street, being able to take acting classes. So that was super exciting. Loved it so much that yes, I decided to do my senior project. So the only way I could graduate high school was to do the senior project. And I did acting classes with the kids at the Lighthouse. We did a play and it went well. And again, I never would have had that opportunity, never would have been able to do any of those things unless I was attending the Lighthouse, unless I met those two ladies. So completely grateful for that. And so I'm just glad that the Lighthouse granted me those chances to see something outside of what I was growing up in, what my environment was. My environment was dangerous, especially a little girl. A little girl only child in the household, and so it was tough. It was tough. So I was glad that I just had that escape from where I was growing up in, and so glad that even after high school, my Lighthouse family still checked in on me, still made sure that I was good, made sure that I was completing and getting things done. And it was just nice to have that additional support system outside of my immediate family. I had, honestly, strangers, if you want to be frank with it, is strangers who loved and supported me as if, you know, they were blood relation. And so I am completely, forever, forever grateful for that. And so, yeah, now today I am living, like I said, in Dallas. I'm working as an account coordinator for a marketing agency, and I love it. And I just look back and think, like, wow, where I am today, all of this started at 5 years old. All of this started because I just took the chance. My mom took the chance. The Lighthouse took a chance on me, and wanted to be a part of this journey and this experience. So I'm forever grateful. And I just have to say, just for myself, on behalf of anybody, any child that's ever attended the Lighthouse, honestly, thank you for the support. And just, I've learned that it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter where you grew up at to get to where you want to be or the goals that you want to accomplish. And so I just want to say thank you, honestly. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Raquel. We really appreciate you for taking time to join us today. I think it's so important what you said, just the exposure and letting the kids know that whatever the current situation is, it doesn't have to be their destination. So they can go beyond whatever it is that they may feel that they're up against. So thank you for being just a light and really showing what our mission truly is. We really appreciate you. So Raquel was able to share some of the things that she gathered while she was at the Lighthouse some years ago. But now we have someone who has taken on the challenge of pouring into our students at the Lighthouse now, and that is none other than Miss Shawn Reynolds. And so we would like to say to her already, she is doing an excellent job. She just started as a new coordinator in the fall, and she is truly giving the students at the Lighthouse 100%. So at this time, Shawn Reynolds.
Hey everyone, I am Shawn Reynolds, the new program coordinator for our Bossier Lighthouse. Like they said, Bossier Lighthouse service kids in the Bossier housing community. We open doors of possibilities for them. And thankfully, we have been able to continue doing this during the pandemic by allowing our kids to come on staggered days instead of coming throughout the week all together. Kindergarten through 5th grade, they come Monday and Wednesday. 3rd through 5th grade comes Tuesday and Thursdays. We meet via Zoom with our teen club, which is 6th through 12th grades, on Monday and Wednesday. But before I get into everything that we are doing over there in Bossier, I want you to come and take a tour of the Bossier Lighthouse with me. Trisha?
Okay.
Hi, my name is Shawn Reynolds. I am the program coordinator for our Bossier Lighthouse. Come inside with me. Welcome to our Bossier Lighthouse, where amazing things happen here. In this room, kids come in and here they get their temperature checks as well as our COVID-19 precautions. Students come around and then they're going to enter into our center. Here they have a coat, backpack that needs to be placed inside. We allow them to hang them here on our racks. This is our K2 room. Kindergarten through 2nd grade that are coming here, and they have each student have their own desk. They're assigned their own desk. They have their different materials inside their desk, and they do their assignments here. They also are allowed to partake in a program that we call Hero Elementary. Hero Elementary is a program designed for our K-3 students. Allows them to
get education in a more technology way. So come on around. This is our library, our reading room for our students. The more you read, the more things you'll know. The more you learn, the more places you'll go. Dr. Seuss. Who could have said it even better? This is our arts and crafts, where we let the kids be who they want to be. Art day come, hey, have at it. Draw, color, paint, we do it all here. This is our game room. Kids can be kids in here. We have video games, we have board games. You name it, is here at the Bossier Lighthouse. All for our kids. And finally, this is our 3 through 5 room. Students 3rd grade through 5th, this is their classroom. Each student has their own desk. They have the different materials here, and we let them be who they want to be. Writers, dreamers, creators, helpers, you name it. Believe in yourself and you shall be it. Thank you for joining our tour.
That is our Bossier Lighthouse. Thank y'all for joining for that tour. Even though our program is slated for recreation because of the COVID, we still devote our time, like Takara said, doing academics. We promote activities, experiences for our students that help them mentally, socially, as well as emotionally. Here, you see our students, they are observing, our February Healthy Heart Challenge. They got a chance to make fruit salad. We discussed all the healthy eating, what's healthy, what's not healthy. I found that we like to eat unhealthy foods, but they did enjoy their tasty dessert here. Next, this is the program that I was discussing, the Hero Elementary. This is a STEM-based, STEM and literacy-based program. It teaches our kids how to work with science. They begin to be the superpowers, to use their superpowers of science, solving problems, exploring, all this here in the program. So this is our technology, and they seem to enjoy this as well. And finally, last month was Dr. Seuss, Read Across America. I had a ball. I love Dr. Seuss. I look forward to this every year. I get to dress up in the silly costumes or whatnot. But here you see me reading. Staff members, we read to the students every day. Students were able to read independently. They were able to partner read, and they're just lounging outside on their yoga mats, enjoying it, taking it all in. Before I leave you, I want to leave you with a quote, and I think this is what we want to leave our kids with when they leave the Lighthouse. You have the brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the only one who will decide where to go. And that is our Bossier Lighthouse. Now I would like to turn it over to Shelby McCarty. She's our community engagement coordinator, and she's going to tell you more about some partnerships that we have formed within the Bossier Lighthouse.
Thanks, Sean. Hi, everyone. It's good to see all of you this morning for our tour at Bossier. I just wanted to go into a little bit more about our Visionaries partnership. So Visionaries is our young adults initiative that we have within our agency, and our goal is to provide low time commitment but high impact opportunities for young adults in our community to engage in our work. And so we do that with quite a few ways, but specifically at Bossier, we're able to do that year round. Now, of course, the last year we really had to think on our feet and figure out how can we support them. We miss them. How can we see them? As Wes mentioned, we do reading buddies during the summer. And so we knew we couldn't be in person for a lot of the year, but once we started thinking, we strategized, how can we get back with them? How can we see them again? And so one of the things that we did was a Mardi Gras parade. As you can see at Bossier, they celebrate every holiday, every occasion. They love to have fun. And so we wanted to help them do that. There's about 10 or 12 of us who are in the Visionaries group, and we were able to go out to Bossier in February and host a parade. The students made their own little floats throughout the month, and then so they paraded us, and then we were able to throw beads and candy and fun things like that for them. Another way that we've partnered with the Bossier Lighthouse and Visionaries is through an Easter egg hunt they had last week. So last week, Visionaries was able to provide close to 500 eggs filled with candy for our students to egg hunt. And you can see there, they just had a ball. Sean told us yesterday that they had so much fun and were so excited about the egg hunt. And I think the competition was the best part, if I remember correctly. And so we just love being able to support them in these ways, and being creative throughout the past year has really challenged us, but it's been good to connect with them again. And as we've mentioned before, our reading buddies is one of our favorite things that we get to do each summer. Our Visionaries, we invite them to take their lunch break, to pack a lunch and head over on to Bossier Lighthouse, and we eat lunch with the students and get to read with them and just hang out with them and play games with them and connect with them. And it's such a sweet partnership that we get to do. You can see a picture here, and of course the one that we shared of Wes earlier. The kids love it. And so we are eager to the day that we get to get back and do that. For the past few years, we've been able to connect with about 20 kids each summer, reading and seeing them. And so we're eager to the day that we get to go back and do that. But Visionaries and the Bossier Lighthouse, they are such great friends and such great partners. And we're so happy that we're able to pitch in and support them in this way. So before we head out, I'm going to turn it over to Tricia. She's got a couple of things to share with us before we wrap up today, but thanks again for being here, everyone.
Thanks, Shelby. At this time, I just want to open it up for Q&A. So feel free to take yourself off mute or to type a question in the chat box. All right, well, if y'all have any questions, you know that y'all can always reach out to us after the tour. We're happy to answer any questions. I know Takara, Sean, Shelby, anybody is happy, because we're all glad that you joined us this morning for our tour. And I want to remind everyone, you heard Chuck at the beginning of our tour. He talked about our financial gap, which this year we refer to as the gap of uncertainty. And the way we're able to close our gap and help those that we serve is really by all of you, our donors, individuals who support us. And we do that at our annual Ask event, which is our Cherish the Children of God breakfast. And it is Tuesday, April the 20th. If you haven't already been invited by one of our 85 table captains, we would love for you to be our guest. Consider this your invitation. I'm inviting each of you this morning to attend our upcoming breakfast. It's less than 2 weeks away. This is the website. It's voanorthla.org/beourguest. You can look through our table captains and choose someone to sit at their virtual table with them, or you could also just choose other in the drop-down menu. So we encourage you to attend that event. You'll hear more inspiring stories. And actually, it was a few years ago now where Raquel shared her story. And so thank you, Raquel, for being with us again this morning. And we really appreciate it. And it was just really great to see everybody. Here you go. Here's everybody. It's been a really great tour. Almost 40 people joined us. So thank y'all so much. And I hope everyone has a really great week.
Thank you, Sean. Great job.
Yeah.
Great job, team.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you, Raquel.
Hey, Raquel.
Thank you. Have a good evening.